Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we did a little demonstration of a brand new gunship here, and then we worked on design for our new electronics facility, figuring out how we are going to make everything that we are going to need. So that's kind of pretty much all we did. Off screen, I went ahead and did some more working here. I decided to split off several things into their own chains. So, for example, our ferric chloride solution is going to be its own thing, because we're just going to make it in bulk and then distribute it out where it's going to need to be. Probably should just go ahead and make 1,000 per second of this stuff. Or set it so that that's going to be 50 per second iron ore. Thanks. Still got to figure out what we're going to do about hydrogen chloride gas, but we'll get there in a minute. This is going to be probably just electrolyzing saline water, which is going to be simple enough. So then I split off my basic electronic components, figuring out what we're going to need here. Transistors. Integrated electronics. CPUs. We still have a few things we need to figure out. We need to figure out how we're going to be getting silicon wafers. We need to figure out how we're going to get silicon nitride, which is basically probably the same way we're going to be getting silicon wafers. But we'll cross those bridges when we get there. We have enough to get started. So I also decided to split off the liquid resin into its own production chain because I needed to figure out what it was going to be. I was planning to use the bio resin originally, right? This raw bio resin. But I think we're going to do this in a different way. We're just going to go back to just normal tree. And we're not going to worry about the bioresin. And we'll make our resin synthetically instead. It's fine. I think that's actually the first thing that we're going to build is a bulk liquid resin. I have scaled this to 1,000 per second. I don't think we're going to be needing that much. We're going to be needing close to that. But again, this is going to be a bulk production for bioresin, for resin, for anything that's going to need it. Hopefully, it'll be able to supply that much. So that, I think, is going to be the thing that we are going to do first. And I need to figure out where it is we're going to put that. Oh, and off screen, I went ahead and laid in a whole lot of roboports trying to get these walls built. And they are largely built, but we are still having some issues. Where the bots can't figure out how to get where they need to be. Like over here, they get out to here. Then they run out of power and then turn around and go right back to the roboport they came from, which is not what we want. Yeah, the same problem going on over here. We're going to have to fix, or I'm going to have to fix. I have to keep an eye on this. These are just really slow, old bots. And what I'm hoping is happening is that, like, they're coming from this roboport, flying out to here, running out of power, going back to this roboport, flying out to here, running out of power, coming back to this roboport, flying out to here, running out of power, coming, and then basically we'll slowly walk them over to this line of roboports and then walk down here and get where they need to go. So that's not necessarily a problem just yet, but I gotta keep an eye on it. That's what's happening here. We're flying out to here, running out of power, going to here, flying out to here, running out of power, apparently coming up there. And that should hopefully then walk them where they need to be. So, that's where like a lot of this stuff that I had to build came into play, and this stuff and these little extensions. I'm trying to clean up those little spots where the spots were getting stuck. So otherwise, we're gonna go. So let's figure out where it is that we're gonna do this. Do we want to do this? What are we gonna need? What are we gonna need access to? We're gonna need access to a lot of coal. So if we can put this near a patch of coal, that would be ideal. And we're going to create slag. And we're probably going to do that slag is we're probably going to crush it into crushed stone. And then we're going to deliver that crushed stone over to the stone eater over here. I selected that particular recipe to make. What we need is we need hydrogen. We're gonna make tons of oxygen gas. We might make that available as well here. We'll see. We'll need to vent that oxygen gas. I'll have to figure out how many I need. Okay. So what we need is we need coal, because we're going to have to mine coal locally to make our carbon dioxide. So let's turn off all of this. Let's turn off. Let's see. Do we have... We're using this coal. We still have a lot available. We don't really have anywhere to deliver the resin. We have this coal. We're close to a track. There's this coal, but again, not close to any rail that we could get to. Let's see. We could start building into the newly claimed area by extending the rail out of here south. And we do have a bunch of coal here. And a bunch of coal there. We also have this spot we could extend the rail out of. We have coal down here. We have coal here, coal here. We could extend this rail over to here. And use this coal. Very large patch of coal. But I think that is going to be our option. So, first things first. We need to break our way through here. One of the things I want to do is take my own RoboPort off for the moment. Oh. Why are we still... Pull this out. Pull out and along with the thing is, a lot of our constructors are all down here. But with those marked for removal, I should then be able to... that. Oh. Okay, so here's our coal. Like, how much are we going to need to build here? Just out of curiosity. 31 chemical plants. Tons and tons of chemical plants. 16. A giant block of 40 electrolyzers. We're going to have to run pipes. The water. Down to those electrolyzers. Here's where we would want to tee off. Wrong tee. Actually, how many inputs? This is going to be the incoming line here. How many inputs are we going to need? So, what do we need to bring in? We need to bring in silver and aluminum, titanium and cobalt. That is 4. We need to bring in ammonia gas. 5. And everything else is local, and then we're going to have 2 outputs, I think. Well, maybe 3 outputs. So liquid resin, stone, and oxygen gas. That's 8 bays. I'll go ahead and put in 10 parking spots. Let's back this off. Four, 6, 8, 10. All right. No, we're not going to go for double loading because that's going to basically overhang that. Didn't need double loading here. When we make the actual electronics facility, we'll probably go with double loading, double wide loading bays. How far off is that? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There. Okay. Right? Boom. And boom. Okay, so then that will be our ore input that we're going to need for all of our catalysts. We have green metal catalyst and we have blue metal catalyst, so we need all this ore. And then we need tanks for ammonia gas. That would be something like that. And I think these would be the outputs, right? These would be the outputs. For our resin, and our oxygen, and our stone. The liquid resin and the oxygen are both, well, fluids. So that would be like liquid resin. 1, 5, 2, 3, 5. Oxygen. 1, 2, 5. That would be for the crushed stone. And these are actually outputs. It's probably going to be going the other way, so we'll just use this. That's loading. I need unloading. No, that was unloading. I need loading. I know I have them both in here. Yeah, there we go. That is to put the crushed stone onto a train. Cool. And those pumps will get flipped around. Okay. just need to get signals where they need to be. I should update the blueprint to include the signals. There we go. Okay. And some of that is starting to get built. All right, let's look at things. This is still showing up as a problem. Okay. So I guess for the rest of our time, we'll go lay on roboports because we're going to need to. There it is. That is the one thing with this gunship is it's this light gray that, especially in the snowy area with these rocks, you can just park it there and it almost completely blends in when you zoom out. Problem is, this is on a different grid than that. Silly, and did not make sure they lined up. Alright. We'll put it on this grid. Okay, so now I actually do want to have my roboport on. Get back aboard. There we go. And so this is what I have been doing for the last several hours. On my own. Plop a roboport. Plop in power lines. Okay. That's coming along. We got our first infrastructure, well, non-logistics infrastructure, so like actual rail infrastructure being built in the new region. And I've got to take care of some slight issues with the bots, but we'll get that done. I'll get this all laid in. And we'll keep working on our resin facility when we come back. But for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.